The return of the Shield with Roman Reigns as leader. The unthinkable has finally happened. A moment that fans around the world never believed they'd witness again unfolded live on Monday Night Raw in front of a stunned WWE Universe. It wasn't just a return. It wasn't just a comeback. It was a seismic shift in power, legacy, and leadership. Because on this night, under the lights of the grandest stage on weekly television, the Shield was reborn, and this time, the man who now leads it is not just any superstar. He is Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, and now, the one true leader of the Shield's next generation. This is not the story of nostalgia. This is not a tribute act. This is a resurrection of an idea that once changed WWE forever, and it's now been reforged with new muscle, new meaning, and new blood. The black vests have returned. The war march is back. And with it, a new era is here. But before we dive into the history, the implications, and the reactions from the WWE Universe, let's go back to how it all unfolded, because this was no ordinary debut. This was a declaration. A statement to the entire locker room. A signal to everyone watching that the landscape of WWE was about to be rewritten. The build-up, whispers and suspense. It all started quietly. Raw had been filled with buzz all night. Whispers of Roman Reigns being in the building. Speculation about what might happen. No confirmation. No appearances. Just tension. Fans could feel it in the air, something big was coming, but no one knew what. There were rumors of Reigns appearing, but could it be possible? After all, Roman had become so much more than just a member of the Shield. He was the undisputed leader of the bloodline, the powerhouse of WWE, a multi-time Universal Champion. But could he really take us back to the Shield? Could he lead it again? The moment of the return, the lights go out. And then, the moment arrived. The arena lights suddenly blacked out. The crowd went wild with confusion, phones lighting up as fans frantically tried to capture what was happening. For a few tense seconds, everything was silent. Then, it came, that sound. The unmistakable static. The iconic, unforgettable Shield entrance music. But something was different. A new chapter, the entrance. When the lights slowly returned, the WWE Universe was greeted by a sight that few had ever thought possible. Standing tall on the entrance ramp was none other than Roman Reigns, calm, commanding, wearing the tactical vest that once symbolized a unit that ruled WWE with force and fury. But Roman wasn't alone. To his left and right stood two large figures, masked and armored in full Shield gear. Their identities hidden. The crowd exploded in disbelief. Was this really happening? Had the Shield truly returned? Was Roman Reigns the leader once again? A new era. The significance of Roman leading the Shield. When the lights slowly returned, the WWE Universe was greeted by a sight that few had ever thought possible. Standing tall on the entrance ramp was none other than Roman Reigns, calm, commanding, wearing the tactical vest that once symbolized a unit that ruled WWE with force and fury. But Roman wasn't alone. To his left and right stood two large figures, masked and armored in full Shield gear. Their identities hidden. The crowd exploded in disbelief. Was this really happening? Had the Shield truly returned? Was Roman Reigns the leader once again? A new era, the significance of Roman leading the Shield. To understand the magnitude of this moment, we need to take a step back and look at what the Shield meant to WWE. When Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns made their debut in 2012, they were an unstoppable force. They weren't just a faction, they were a symbol of rebellion, a symbol of change. Their assault on the WWE's establishment. From their attacks on John Cena, CM Punk, and other top stars, sent shockwaves throughout the entire company. The Shield was here to dominate, and they did. Over time, the members of the Shield branched out on their own. Seth Rollins became the architect, Dean Ambrose morphed into the lunatic fringe, and Roman Reigns eventually ascended to the top of the company as the tribal chief, solidifying himself as the face of WWE. Each member achieved greatness, but the Shield, as a unit, was no more. Or so we thought. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief and leader of a new generation. Now, fast forward to this moment. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, has elevated himself to the highest echelon of WWE superstardom. He's no longer just a member of the Shield, he is the cornerstone of the company, holding the Universal Championship for over 1,000 days. His dominance, his aura, his undeniable presence have reshaped WWE. So, what does it mean for Roman Reigns to take up the mantle of the Shield once again, not as an underdog but as a king? It's important to recognize the shift in the dynamics of the Shield's return. This isn't a mere reunion. This isn't about reliving past glory. This is a new chapter, with Roman at the helm, ready to carve out a new legacy with a completely different set of circumstances. Roman Reigns is now the leader of the Shield, but this time, he leads with the power of a champion, with the respect of an entire company, and with the weight of his family's legacy behind him. The Shield reborn, new blood, new purpose. But it wasn't just Roman Reigns standing at the forefront. The figures at his side were just as important to the resurrection of the Shield. Who were they? What were their motives? The identities of these two masked and armored figures sent the WWE Universe into a frenzy. Could they be new recruits to the faction? Could they be the next generation of wrestlers handpicked by Roman himself to carry the Shield forward? One theory was that these individuals were young, hungry superstars looking for a chance to make a mark in WWE. Roman Reigns had always been about elevating talent, and what better way to do that than to bring in two new stars who could learn from the best? This could be the beginning of a new dynasty, one that blends the old with the new. But there was also speculation that these figures could be veterans returning to align themselves with Roman Reigns in this new iteration of the Shield. Could it be someone from the past, someone who's been absent for a while, returning to make a statement? Only time would tell. The WWE Universe reacts. As the crowd in the arena exploded with excitement, social media went into overdrive. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. The reactions were nothing short of incredible. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok flooded with posts of fans sharing their disbelief, trying to capture the historic moment. The fans who had witnessed the Shield's original rise to power were now seeing it all over again, but this time, it was bigger, bolder, and with more weight behind it. Many fans saw this as a full-circle moment. They had witnessed the Shield change the landscape of WWE before, but now they were witnessing a new chapter being written. A chapter with Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, as the undisputed leader. The black vests, the iconic march, the unity of purpose, everything about the Shield had returned. But this time, there was a new edge. A sharper edge. The Shield was no longer a faction of rebellious youth, it was a force that embodied the might, the leadership, and the dominance of Roman Reigns. What does this mean for WWE's future? So, what does this all mean for the future of WWE? What does the return of the Shield under Roman Reigns' leadership mean for the company's direction? The possibilities are endless. For one, the return of the Shield could mean an even stronger reign for Roman Reigns. His dominance is already undeniable, but with the Shield by his side, he could usher in a new era of control over WWE. The question now isn't if anyone can stop Roman Reigns, the question is, who can stop the Shield? Moreover, the reformation of the Shield under Roman's leadership could help elevate the next generation of talent. Just as Roman was elevated in his early days alongside Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, we could see this new version of the Shield raise up fresh stars who will carry the company forward into the future. In addition, this shift could lead to some of the most exciting storylines and rivalries in recent memory. Who will be brave enough to challenge Roman Reigns and the Shield? Will former members of the faction, like Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, now Jon Moxley in AEW, get involved? And how will WWE's other top stars, like Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and others. Respond to the return of the Shield and Roman's claim to power. The future is now. The return of the Shield under Roman Reigns' leadership is a moment that will be remembered for years to come. It's not just a nostalgia trip. It's not a simple reunion. It's the birth of a new era. A new generation of WWE superstars who will reshape the company in Roman's image. With the black vests back, the march once again echoing through arenas, and the power of the tribal chief at the helm, WWE is about to enter a new chapter, one where Roman Reigns and the Shield will continue to dominate the company. So, what do you think, WWE Universe? Are you ready for the Shield to rise again, with Roman Reigns leading the charge? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wrestling news and analysis here at Wrestling News CC. If you thought tonight's story was wild, trust me, what happens next will blow your mind. So don't stop now. Click on the video right here on your screen to continue the chaos, the drama, and the inside scoop only we deliver. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and join the Wrestling News CC family, where the real stories of WWE come to life. See you in the next one.